Bruno Fernandes rejects Manchester United's contract offer. Jamal Musiala gets a diagnosis after his second collapse in 4 days, and Real Madrid have 3 Golden Boy nominees. And this is your daily football news. Bruno Fernandes rejects Man United contract offer. Bruno Fernandes' future at Manchester United has become uncertain after the Portuguese midfielder rejected a new contract offer from the club. According to Sasha Tavalieri, the proposed package would have increased Fernandes' salary by only around €500,000 per year, while he currently earns approximately €18 million. The situation is particularly concerning for United because their captain has only 1 year remaining on his current contract. That creates the possibility of losing the 31-year-old midfielder for nothing next summer. Galatasaray are closely monitoring the situation and are reportedly prepared to offer around €50 million, together with wages of up to €20 million per season, in an attempt to convince Fernandes to move. Despite the uncertainty, Manchester United currently have no intention of selling their captain before the transfer window closes. The club still want Fernandes to stay. Jamal Musiala gets diagnosis after second collapse in 4 days. Jamal Musiala has caused fresh concern after suffering another incident and collapsing on the pitch for the second time within just 4 days. Bayern Munich have consulted Professor Christoph Kleinschnitz, head of the Department of Neurology at the University Hospital of Essen. According to the specialist, Musiala's symptoms could be connected to a type of epileptic seizure in which a person's ability to respond is briefly interrupted. Professor Kleinschnitz stressed that it is still too early to reach a definite conclusion without the complete results of the neurological examination. If Musiala is diagnosed with this condition, treatment is considered to have good prospects, although long-term monitoring would be necessary. For now, the Bayern midfielder remains under medical assessment as doctors work to understand the reason behind his repeated collapses. Real Madrid have 3 Golden Boy nominees. Real Madrid continue to attract attention for their focus on developing young players, with 3 of their talents included among the nominees for the 2026 Golden Boy Award. Real Madrid's representatives are Ousmane Diomande, Endrick, and Thiago Patarch. Diomande has recently joined Real Madrid after impressive performances in the Bundesliga and at the World Cup, and he is expected to become an important part of the club's plans. Endrick has returned after spending time in Lyon, where he scored 8 goals and provided 7 assists. The third nominee is Thiago Patarch, a young Spanish midfielder who is highly rated. Having 3 players on the Golden Boy list highlights Real Madrid's continued focus on young talent and the potential of their emerging generation. Rodri starts training with Barcelona. Rodri has officially begun his first training sessions with Barcelona after completing his transfer from Manchester City. According to Mundo Deportivo, the Spanish midfielder arrived at the Ciudad Sportiva on the morning of August 19th and took part in his first training session under manager Hansi Flick. The session took place just hours before Barcelona's Joan Gamper Trophy match against Al Ahly at Spotify Camp Nou. Despite the huge excitement surrounding the arrival of the new signing, Rodri is unlikely to feature in the match. However, the possibility of the 30-year-old midfielder making a brief appearance late in the game has not been completely ruled out. Rodri is focused on getting settled into Barcelona's training environment and working with his new teammates as he begins his next chapter in Spain. Man United face Gavi setback. Manchester United are facing a major setback in their attempt to sign Gavi, with the Spanish midfielder having no intention of leaving Barcelona. According to Sport, the 22-year-old remains happy at Camp Nou and would prefer to continue playing for the Catalan club. United have been interested in contacting Gavi recently, with manager Michael Carrick looking to improve the quality of his midfield. However, neither Barcelona nor the midfielder are currently looking for a transfer. That leaves Manchester United with very little opportunity to bring Gavi to Old Trafford during the current transfer window. Unless the situation changes, United may have to turn their attention towards other midfield targets. Gavi's decision to remain at Barcelona therefore represents another obstacle for Manchester United as they continue looking to strengthen their squad. Arsenal failed to convince Julian Alvarez. Arsenal attempted to return to the race for Julian Alvarez after Barcelona encountered difficulties during negotiations with Atletico Madrid. According to ESPN Argentina, Mikel Arteta personally contacted the Argentine striker in an effort to convince him to change his decision. The Arsenal manager saw an opportunity to reopen the possibility of a move after Barcelona's negotiations became difficult. However, Arteta's attempt ultimately failed to change Alvarez's mind. The striker made it clear that his priority remains a transfer to Barcelona. This means Arsenal now have very little hope of completing the deal despite Arteta becoming directly involved. Alvarez appears to have already decided that Camp Nou is his preferred destination. Barcelona therefore remain the striker's first choice, while Arsenal's attempt to convince him has seemingly ended without success. Liverpool get boost in Barcola race. Liverpool have received encouraging news in their pursuit of Bradley Barcola, with Paris Saint-Germain lowering their expectations for the French forward. PSG can now consider offers between €130 million and €140 million instead of demanding around €150 million. The development gives Liverpool more hope after weeks of interest in the player. Fabrizio Romano also believes the transfer is entering an important stage. According to Romano, Liverpool have reached a verbal agreement with Barcola over personal terms and are now actively pushing negotiations with PSG. The forward's absence from a recent substitutes list has also increased speculation that he could leave Paris this summer. Romano believes the negotiations could accelerate significantly over the coming days as Liverpool continue trying to reach an agreement with the French champions. Rooney wants Man United to sign Lewis Skelly. Wayne Rooney believes Manchester United should not miss the opportunity to sign Arsenal youngster Miles Lewis Skelly if the talented defender becomes available. The 19-year-old impressed during Arsenal's Community Shield match against Manchester City, and Rooney believes United should immediately consider making a move. The Manchester United legend is concerned that Luke Shaw may struggle to maintain consistent form throughout the season, while Lewis Skelly can operate effectively both at left back and in central midfield. Those are two positions United are looking to strengthen. Rooney also believes Arsenal could consider selling the youngster if a significant financial offer arrives, as the transfer could generate a substantial profit for the Gunners. If the right price becomes available, Rooney thinks Manchester United need to act quickly. Lewis Skelly could therefore become an interesting target for United. Liverpool agree Ibrahim Mbappe terms. Liverpool have taken an important step towards signing Ibrahim Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain. According to RMC Sport, the Reds have reached an agreement on personal terms with the 18-year-old winger and are expected to offer him a 5-year contract at Anfield. With the player's personal situation now settled, Liverpool can turn their attention towards negotiations with PSG over the transfer fee. The expected price could be around €50 million. Mbappe is considered a highly promising young talent, and Liverpool are keen to complete the deal quickly in order to avoid competition from other clubs. The Reds clearly see significant potential in the teenager and want to secure his future before rival teams can make their own moves. If Liverpool and PSG can reach an agreement over the fee, Mbappe could complete his move to Anfield this summer. Tottenham face Marmoush transfer problem. Tottenham have identified Omar Marmoush as a potential target as they look to strengthen their attack. However, a move for the Manchester City forward could prove difficult because of his current financial package. According to Sky Sports, Marmoush is earning around £280,000 per week at City, a figure that could be beyond Tottenham's preferred wage structure. Spurs would also have to consider a potentially huge agent fee, reportedly estimated at around £20 million, if they decide to push ahead with the transfer. Those financial demands have made the situation complicated for the North London club. Tottenham are interested in Marmoush, but they will need to find an agreement that works financially before the transfer can progress. If those demands prove too difficult, Spurs may have to turn their attention towards another attacking target for the new season. Newcastle sign Amar Dedic. Newcastle United have completed their 6th signing of the summer after reaching an agreement to bring Amar Dedic from Benfica to St James's Park. According to Sky Sports, the 24-year-old defender has joined for a fee of around £29.5 million and has signed a 5-year contract with the Magpies. Dedic is expected to strengthen both sides of Newcastle's defense because he is capable of playing on the right as well as the left. The transfer also gives him the opportunity to reunite with manager Matthias Gisel, who previously worked with him at Liefering in Salzburg. Dedek has admitted that he is excited about playing in the Premier League and experiencing the atmosphere at Newcastle. Gysel believes his former player has strong physical and technical qualities that fit Newcastle's style, while sporting director Ross Wilson expects him to make an immediate impact. And that wraps up your football breaking news from the past 24 hours. All the most exciting updates from the football world are dropping right here on the Football Daily channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.